So I started skating as a hobby class. I participated in a few speed skating tournaments. Later on, I saw my seniors playing roller hockey. That is when I thought even I should give it a try. And in my first tournament itself, I performed pretty good. And that is how my interest in the game increased. And so very rarely we see roller hockey and ice hockey being telecast, like cricket, which is there round the clock. Being an hockey player, it was easy for me to pick this sport as it is a combination of speed and skills both. So it was hardly 10 or 12 days of coaching that I received, and my coach urged me to participate in a speed skating tournament at Solaris Club, Pune. I was very excited, but on reaching there, seeing my fellow participants so well equipped, I got a bit nervous. But as we started the race, I was leading the race. Unfortunately, 50 meters away from the finish line, I fell down and I lost my gold medal. But had it not been for the bronze, I don't think I would have been still skating till date. Yes, very rightly observed. Infrastructure is a major problem. Apart from a few skating rings in the metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Delhi, and a few natural ice rings in Ladakh and in Shimla, we have a new one coming in Lahore Spiti. But then it is our responsibility, and hence we practice rigorously off ice, thinking of all the conditions that we'll be facing on ice. Yes, I do think that if we have this infrastructure available the year around, we will be competing at a altogether different level. In India, this is not a commercial game, and hence we can't even think of sponsorships. And hence there's a very bleak response to our sponsorship requests. Unfortunately, we have to fund ourselves, though it's very discouraging. But yes, we have been doing it. But I think the picture will surely change with Sports Minister, Honorable Sir Kiran Rijiju Sir. I think we can see a different picture in the coming years. Watching the international tournaments online is a fascinating experience for me. I would intently feel myself there on those international rings. I followed my dream passionately, and there I got an opportunity to represent the nation twice at the World Championship, which gave me an experience which I'll cherish my life through. I tried and gave my best in every match I played, and played with such zeal that I was a part of the playing five, though being the youngest player in the team. And there we bagged the fourth place in the World Championship, which is by far India's best performance. And I hope we'll have a better performance the next time. So the selection for the longest roller skating marathon was based on speed, consistency and perseverance. Our performance was monitored and we received guidance from international coaches. I personally ensured that I had extra practice sessions to maintain my speed and the distance I covered. And we were able to make it a success and get our name in the World Record Academy, the Limca Book of Records, and the India Book of Records. So I think fitness is the foundation for every sports person. It is a key to his success. Every sport has its individual challenges and requires different skill set. If at all you have to compare, then I think ice hockey, which is the fastest game on earth, uh, poses a different amount of challenges to the sports person because the temperature at which it is played and the weather conditions that the sportsmen are not acclimatized to. This has been an exciting journey. When I go down the memory lane, there are several moments I will treasure. But the Indian blazer, the Indian jersey, and the 6 goals that I've scored at the World Roller Games in Barcelona, Spain will be something I'll cherish my life with. Only player who has played 4 Olympics, 4 World Cups, 4 Champions Trophies, and 4 Asian Games. The captain of the Indian hockey team, Sir Dhanraj Pillai. I've grown up listening to his tales of how he has fought all odds and still made a brilliant career. And yet, so down to earth. He is definitely my inspiration. So the coach in me emerged when I trained my school team to participate at the School Games Federation of India, which backed the medal at the state level. This being a team game, it was essential that every player perform the best. And to achieve this, I conducted practice sessions involuntarily, much before I was assigned as the coach for the Pune district team. So as a coach, there are many challenges. First, you have to convince the parents because they're lured by the success of the fellow players, but they ignore the efforts. Second, you have to prepare the player mentally and physically. Mentally, you have to instill the winning attitude in him, and physically, you have to make sure that he's dedicatedly putting all the efforts towards perfection. Because that is how it goes with me. If I do not compromise, I would not like any of my students also to do so. So I think there are 3 important fundamentals, that is time, money and efforts. Cricket and football savvy, oh, a nice term. And that is how it goes with India. And that is why I think the media loves them so much. And that is why we see their coverage more than the rest of the games. More coverage leads to more sponsorship. That leads to the growth of the player. And that leads to development of an icon. This icon who is now looked up by the new generation, and that is how he gains more followers. Now, when this icon sounds more promising, the government steps into the picture. Now it thinks will make some infrastructural provisions for the development. Undoubtedly, the rest of the sports are given a stepmotherly treatment. I think it's high time we work towards making India a sports centric nation. Because I certainly believe we do have the talent, we just need to channelize it for better international performance. So, to my young friends, I would like to say keep your gadgets aside, come out and play. Try different sports and check the sport of your liking and pursue it to excel. And in this process, do not become impatient because success is a culmination of consistent, determined efforts. Love what you do and do what you love. Social media rules the world today. I would like to thank and appreciate Sportsmatic for providing such an effective platform for budding talent. It means a pat on our back and gives us the confidence to march ahead. Thank you.